And we're back now with a topic that can be really tough to talk about. Community Health Resources now teamed up with Summers Fire Department, paramedics, and Trinity Health New England for a first-of-its-kind effort in New England.
Yeah, the innovative pilot program's goal is to help prevent overdose deaths. Here's Caitlin Francis with that story.
An innovative pilot program just launched to help save lives. It's a partnership between Summers Fire Department paramedics, Trinity Health New England, and Community Health Resources, and it's the first of its kind here in New England.
The closest other program was in New Jersey. It was quite the challenge. It took us about a year and some change to fully implement it. We had to get approval through the state. We had to get approval through DEA, Department of Consumer Protection, our own medical control. So there's a lot of red tape, a lot of hoops to jump through, but the end goal was worth it. And that's, generating this discussion, if anything, but, providing this access to these patients.
Access to a potentially life-saving drug, Suboxone.
So fentanyl has some very unique properties about it. It sticks around in your system a little bit longer, makes withdrawal a little bit more prolonged. You have to be in a moderate amount of withdrawal in order to start Suboxone. So when people come in, they have a really hard time tolerating enough withdrawal to start the Suboxone. So by providing Suboxone in the field after an overdose and after they receive Narcan, they're in withdrawal, we can take advantage of that window of opportunity.
Dr. Brittany Liebla and paramedic Cody Lemire are working together to help prevent overdose deaths and then also treat people with opioid use disorder. And it all starts in the field.
So I work through CHR as the community partner. So this project really stemmed from my research with finding alternative ways to initiate Suboxone. The opioid epidemic is frightening. We know about 136 people are dying every day across our nation from opioid overdose, making you more likely to die of an opioid overdose than a car accident in America. So through fentanyl, that came around about 2013 when it started coming out, overtook our illicit drug market. And as an outpatient addiction medicine specialist, it has become really difficult to start Suboxone, which is one of our life-saving treatments for opioid use disorder.
Whenever we come into contact with a patient who meets the criteria for the Suboxone, because we want these patients to create an educated discussion. We're not trying to trick somebody into taking a medication. So we have an entire brochure that we've made and we'll give to them, educating them on what Suboxone is. And most of these patients have an idea of what Suboxone is, and hopefully our providers are there to kind of dispel some of the myths surrounding Suboxone. But we're very open with them in what they're going to be receiving and how it's going to be implemented and the process as it goes.
Following an overdose, Suboxone is given to patients who meet the criteria after being revived by Narcan, which helps keep them from overdosing a second time. They're offered additional medical care, and CHR will follow up with them. Patients have to consent to any treatment. The state is adopting this protocol known as the Summers Fire Department Pre-Hospital Suboxone Program, so other agencies will have the ability to roll everything out, the education and the medication, much easier and quicker.
It means everything. For years, we've continued to just kind of perpetuate this cycle of, I have a patient, I give them Narcan, they're angry with me or they're upset or they feel sick, and we bring them to the hospital, they refuse transport, and then we go back maybe even that day or the next day. I've had a few patients over my career that I've Narcaned, and then either that day or the next day I find them dead from a secondary overdose. So having the ability to, having the tools to break that cycle is huge, and having the ability to bring those tools to my fellow providers, not only in Connecticut, but throughout New England is even bigger.
And providers and first responders say this epidemic does not discriminate.
It's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
I think people have this stigma that of someone who has addiction, and typically that stigma is wrong. Anyone can have an addiction. Everyone knows someone, and we know, a lot of people can be a functioning member of society and still be struggling with opioid use disorder behind closed doors.
And Lemire says communities as a whole are not immune either.
There's always some level of taboo when we talk about especially opiate overdoses. Depending on whatever community you're with, no community wants to recognize, oh yeah, we have a problem. Summers, we're fortunate we don't have as big a problem as other communities, but there still is, an opiate problem in every town and community that you visit. And it's not necessarily the ones that you hear about, it's the ones you don't hear about. It's the people that are struggling that you don't know are struggling. So I think just us having access to that and being able to, give them some level of resource, even if they don't necessarily meet the criteria to receive the Suboxone, to be able to partner up with CHR and to, get that referral and to start that continuation of care, I think is huge, no matter what size the community and no matter what size your patient population base, especially your at risk.
The overall goal of the program? To save lives. And at the end of the day, providers say the patients want the same thing.
When patients are, when they do suffer an overdose, or even if they don't, we find that through the patient perspective, patients want to get better.
And for more information or to reach CHR, you can visit their website, chrhealth.org. You can also email rapidaccess@chrhealth.org, or you can call them. The number's right there on your screen, 1-877-884-3571. All that information is on your screen right now. Great Day, Connecticut. We're going to be right back.